Hello guys, this is Advocate Mehul Seth. We are gonna start with business environment for your economics portion. Now guys, understand we have just 30 days left and we need to work smart over here, right? So if you see this chapter, it, it's a very simple chapter and carries a lot of weightage guys. Since it's carrying so much weightage, I think that we should finish it first so that you guys are at ease, at comfort. Even if you miss out few topics from your economics portion, no worries, majority of the portion is covered. All right, so we're going to start with our business environment today. It's a very fun topic, it's a very simple topic, so we're going to cover it from the beginning, right? Because yesterday there was a lecture yesterday, but then as you all know, WhatsApp servers, Facebook servers, and all the servers crashed down, and we couldn't connect properly, and there was a lot of interruptions. I don't think that anyone should suffer because of it, so we're gonna take this class again. Right. So first, we're gonna start with the overview of business environment, guys. The notes are so well drafted that even if someone, a layman, reads through it, just reads through it, even then you would be able to understand it. Anyway, I'm here to make things easier for you, so let's make things easier, right? So this is you. Okay, now what are you all are affected by the environment, right? If there's a lot of heat, you know, if there's a lot of global warming, if it's too hot outside, you get affected by it. Yes. If it's too cold outside, even then you get affected by it. If it's too cold outside, even then you get affected by it. So you have an environment that constantly affects you, constantly, you know, uh, changes. It's very dynamic. So when I say dynamic, dynamic means something that changes constantly. So something that is so, you know, unpredictable, something that changes so constantly, this environment affects us one way or the other. There's so much pollution going on, we are getting affected. There's global warming, we are getting affected. There's COVID, drastically affected humankind. So likewise, even business has certain external factors in its environment that affect it, such as competition. If the competition is too tight, or if the competition is uh, healthy, you will find better goods in the market. If the competition is not that healthy, and if there's say predatory pricing or some anti-competitive agreements going on, then the business will get affected, right? Then you can say the forces of supply and demand affect business. For example, COVID struck us. Before COVID, people used to use hand sanitizers, but if you remember, in the initial phases, the prices of hand sanitizers shot up to rupees 300 or plus. Masks were being sold for 250 rupees. I have bought one N95 for 250 rupees initially. You know, these things that cost not more than 5 to 10 rupees are being sold in hundreds. So supply and demand also affects the business. Okay, then you have your laws and government regulations. Laws affect your business as well. I'll share a story with you that happened with me. So I majorly deal with IBC guys, and I'm a practicing advocate. I take up insolvency cases as well. What happened in one case is, if you remember, so I'll draw a timeline over here. In 2020, COVID struck us, right? It's still going on. Now there's still some impact here. But before to 2020, if you remember, there was a notification that came in that banned plastic completely. One of my clients had a business of plastic bag manufacturing. Now, in year 2019, because of this ban, his business suffered drastically. Now, when he came in 2020, COVID came and all the businesses were shut down, right? And still going on. So this poor chap had to suffer consecutive losses for 2 years, and the industry got sick and filed for insolvency basically. Okay, so as you can see in this case, this change in environment affected the business in its entirety. So how important a business environment is, we as company secretaries need to know it, because we are the advisors to the company. It is on our aid and advice the company takes major decisions. So we need to know, we need to study the business environment before entering into any market. Unless we know the market, it's one in a million shot that you'll get that lucky. Okay, so now, as I said, business environment has to interact and transact with its environment, hence both the business and environment are totally interrelated and mutually interdependent. So the business and the environment is so interrelated that they are dependent upon each other. Business environment refers to those aspects of surroundings business and enterprise which affect or influence its operations and determine its effectiveness. Now, before we get into the fancy language part of it, let's cover two definitions. Now guys, I keep telling you to work smart, so I don't ask you to memorize the entire definition. I merely want from you guys, when there are four options, I want you to select the correct one. That's it. And it's how most of us should study, because some of you, I know, even if I tell you, you would study it in its entirety. You should get checked, but then it's fine. See, memorize the keywords guys. Aggregate of all conditions. When you talk about aggregate of all conditions, you remember Keith Davis. As it is, you will have to memorize this definition. So instead of memorizing the entire definition, just memorize this. Whoever talks about aggregate of all conditions, simply go there and click on your Keith Davis. Now, if we talk about pattern of external influences, all you need to memorize is this keyword guys. When we talk about pattern of external influences, you will have to go and click on Andrews. So aggregate of all conditions, when you talk about business environment, which is the aggregate of all conditions, events and influence that surrounds and affect it. When you talk about aggregate of all conditions, you click on Keith Davis, and the environment of a company as a pattern of external influences that affect its life and development. When you talk about pattern of external influences, you click on Andrews. Business environment is always changing and uncertain. So always changing means we can call it dynamic. Yes, so this is the symbol of change guys. We will study it in economics, and for those of you who are of science background like me, should know that this is the symbol of heat, also change in economics. So triangle is the symbol of change. So business environment is always changing and is uncertain. It's because of the dynamism. I already told you it's dynamic of environment, as it is already said that business environment is the sum of all factors outside pattern of external influences. So basically they are further explaining what the definitions meant, right? They carry with them both opportunities and risks of uncertainties. Of course, I'll tell you a good story about our admin. Oh, I think 5 years ago, when there was no market for online teaching, uh, our admin, my friend, started CS Cart India and tried to change the market of physical classes into online teaching, which entailed a better reach. Today, I can teach you all from here, and you all can refer to the same material we are referring. It's through online teaching, right? So, this vision that he had bore fruits to him. So, you know, business environment can be studied both for opportunities and risks. Now, if we go ahead and start studying features and factors influencing business environment directly, you will find it little hard to understand because the language used is a bit complicated. Plus, it's not a theory paper. We have MCQs, right? It's an MCQ based paper. We don't need to memorize all of it. If we memorize all of it, we will be wasting our time, right? So, what we do here is we shorten it down, we cut it short. Guys, this was the reason I always advocate for reading from module. Reason being, when we read from module, even when I uh, reduce the syllabus or cut it short to some extent, you will still go through what was written. So even when you are studying smart, at the moment, at that moment when you are in your exams, it will click. Trust me, it will, and you will remember because you went through the entire module. Now, what are the main features of business environment? Basically, what does business environment cover? All external forces. All external forces which affect directly, of course. I am a teacher. I am teaching you economics right now, business environment right now. Alright. And let's say something happened outside my house, a tree fell. Let's say a tree fell. How are the two things related? So, only the things, only the factors, only the external environmental factors that directly or indirectly. Now, direct, I'll give you two examples for each of them. One, recently Adani Ports stock prices dipped tremendously. It took a huge dip. Reason, majority of the overseas funds that were the major contributors to the Adani Port share company. I said share. I'm sorry. The company, the they were frozen because of certain discrepancies. Now, since they were frozen, people lost confidence in the company and started to sell off the shares, which led to sudden dip in the market. Adani Ports lost a lot of wealth. Now it directly affected the environment, right? Now let's say for indirect, in case of indirectly affect, sorry, Let's talk about cases in which the business environment will indirectly affect the business organization. Now let's see a case. You guys might drink tea. Okay. Now what happened is the majority tea, let's say it's not actually the majority of tea produced in India is provided from northeast. Now let's say there was a fire, and because of which the quality of tea degraded. Now this is a direct impact. Now because the quality of tea degraded, people switched to coffee, and the market of coffee rose. Now this indirectly affected the market of coffee. This sudden benefit of coffee was due to an indirect force of environment that affected one business. When there is a direct influence on one business, it's called a direct force, direct external force. It has to be external, guys, because we are studying business environment. But when it happens so that something affects one business and there is a chain, there is a very popular theory called butterfly effect. I don't know if you have heard about it. It is said that if a butterfly flutters one wing at one point, there's a tornado in the other point. So uh, this is how business environment may indirectly affect a business. See, now these are the forces we talked about. Sorry. Now we talk about specific and general forces. Guys, obviously when we covered all external forces, obviously we covered specific and general forces. Now what are specific forces? Investors, customers, competitors, suppliers. These are specific external forces, guys. Now what happens when so if you are from Nagpur, there was this chain, there was this food chain called Panino. Extremely popular, but due to some reasons being customers and competitors, Panino lost its market. Now, of course, when competitors came in, they provided better food at lower prices, and customers who wanted, say, Panino had a base of vegetarian customers, so it already sacrificed its non-vegetarian customers, right? So here, when competitors came in, even the customers flocked towards those competitors, so they directly affected the business of Panino. Okay. Now indirectly, general forces. General forces are forces which affect everyone. So specific means something that is targeted, meaning a particular business environment, a change in that environment, or a particular fluctuation, whatever happened, it affected just one business, just one. But some changes are general in nature, some forces are general in nature, wherein these forces are social, legal, technological, political. They affect everyone. Now I'll tell you a case. legal. Okay. uh, there was a case by Indian Young Lawyers Association. This is popularly known as Sabrimala judgment. Now, in Sabrimala judgment, it was held by Supreme Court that you cannot deny women who are during their menstruation phase to enter into a temple. So now this was an age-old custom which says that women who are menstruating cannot and should not enter a temple. This was completely done away with in the Sabrimala judgment, wherein Supreme Court held that this is a regressive concept and should be done away with. Because of this, now any temple in this country cannot deny entry on the basis of this factor, wherein a woman is during her menstruation cycle. Right? So this was a general effect that affected the entire business. Now this was a legal case I told you about. I'll give you another example. Say petrol prices were hiked, right? So now petrol is, so here it's way above 100. I guess it's 108, I guess. So when the petrol prices were hiked, every business that involved transportation of goods, for example fruits, what's happening, fruits, earlier where you got fruits for say 50 rupees per kg, now the same fruit you get for 80 per kg. This hike was due to increase in cost of transportation due to a hike in petrol prices. Now this is a general change, guys. It affected each and every business. It affected everyone. It did not affect one single specific business. Hence, it's a general force. So you got the difference between specific and general forces? Yes. Now we talk about forces of interrelation of forces amongst forces and relativity. Now all the forces of business environment are interrelated to each other. Example, inclination of youth towards Western culture. The demand for fast food is increasing. Now as we move towards Western culture, oh, I'm moving east, I'm sorry, you go west. As we move towards Western culture, you will find new dishes being incorporated in India, being incorporated in Indian cuisine. So all of you might know that your dad or grandfather would never go out of their way to have a burger or noodles. You know why? Because it is not the kind of food they have been fed. They had traditional Indian foods. With the advent of such cultural change, our food choices are also being changed. Same goes for the Western culture. The Western culture is more inclined towards Eastern cuisine and culture. You see nowadays more and more foreigners or foreigner celebrities, they are having these great Indian weddings, and you will see that there are more and more food chains, especially in Canada, for there is more demand for Indian food, especially North Indian food. And if you go there, you won't if it's not something old, guys. Just 10 years ago, if you go to say New York, you'll find lesser. And I'm talking about an happening city. I'm talking about the most happening city in the world. When you go to New York, 10 years ago, have if you went to New York, you would have found that there are there are lesser food choices that involve Indian cuisine. Now, if you go there, you will find a lot of restaurants, and not just Indian. There's such diversity over there, and same case in India. In India, in the smallest cities, you'll always find chow mein. Damn, Chinese are everywhere. So these forces are interrelated. As you move ahead, all the forces affect the business environment, right? Relativity. Now, why I talk about relativity? Because I think there's some issue with the sequencing. I would have placed relativity after interrelation. The impact of business environment may differ from company to company or country to country. Example, when a consumer organization CES published the report of finding pesticides in cold drink resulted in decrease in sale of cold drinks, on the other hand increase in sale of juice and other drinks. One word for you guys. Let me write. Cristiano Ronaldo. If you watch the news, which you should, if not, if you watch football, which you should, in a recent press conference, Cristiano Ronaldo, took a bottle of Coke, kept it aside, and then took a bottle of water, showed it to the wall, and started drinking it. He is an icon, guys. This led to a massive drop in the stocks of Coca Cola, and a sports star, a youth icon, such a he's a goat. Now, a guy like him, when he promotes water over cold drink, it affects the business. It affects the people because, of course, he touches a lot of people every day, and people follow him religiously. Now, here, the impact of business environment may differ from company to company or country to country. Now, what it meant here was, so I'll connect you with this. I taught in interrelation, we talked about how two or more forces or factors are interrelated. Here, we talk about how change in one business environment affects the other. This talks about impact and effect of change in one business environment and compares it to the change in business environment of the other. For example, Ronaldo hit Coke. Not no Coca Cola. I'll write cola. Okay, I'll write cola. Okay, now because of this, sale increased for what? Water. For juices, sugar free juices. Now, how this happened? This happened because the business environment of one product changed for the benefit of other business environment. Relativity. Same when we talk about interrelation. The same factors of a business environment are interrelated here. So forces and factors of business environment are so related that they may change or create an effect of, I think I should take it again. Ekdam simple. I'll make it very simple for you guys. here the factors are interrelated. It's just a play on words, guys. The forces and factors are interrelated, so they affect a common thing but in different ways. They are interrelated. If we go here, we talk about how a change in one business environment affects the other business environment. This is relativity. Of course, they may mean similar things, but they are slightly different because it's more of these minute differences in concepts. Relativity says that one business environment changes, this change affects the other business environment. Hence, there is a relativity here. Whereas interrelation says the forces and the factors of business environment are always interrelated and affect the business. Now, we talk about dynamic. I'll tell you why. I'm gonna go with dynamic first. Business environment is highly flexible. Yes, it keeps changing. It is not static, it is not rigid. It is essential to monitor the market continuously. For example, guys, for teachers, their business environment was students. Students are factors that affect their career. Yes, our success depends upon your success, and I hope that you make me successful by getting successful yourselves. Now, when I say the business environment is dynamic, is, see, there is a change happened. Schools shut down, colleges shut down, and now we are teaching through camera, right? So it is constantly changing, so we need to adapt to this constant dynamism, right? Now something that changes so frequently, is always a little complicated to understand. I'll give you an example of our Indian stock market. Very hard to gauge. Okay, hard to gauge, but if you have the right skills, you can predict it. And this is what company secretaries basically do, right? What we do, the compliances we take care of, the diligence we show, on the basis of those reports, on the basis of those opinions, the stock market changes its positions, and investors invest. There are IPOs, there are FPOs. We'll read about it in company law. So when you talk about a small or MSA or a SME or medium enterprise, the change in the market, a mere fluctuation in the market will determine whether it goes up or goes down. Now, I'll tell you something, you may use a lot of strategies. This is the flag. I used the wrong flag. This is the flag where you take pointers to understand where it support or where it takes resistance. You may try to predict it, but the entire process is very complicated. You may study candlesticks. You may feel like, okay, fine, it's going down, it's going down, it's going down. Now you see a hammer, meaning he takes a support over here, and there is a wick going upward, so the price will go up. This is what you think, but it may not happen like that. So this is something that is very complicated, and because of these changes in the environment, it makes these changes in the factors affecting a business, it changes so frequently, it is so dynamic that it makes our environment complex and hard to understand. The business, it is very difficult to understand the impact of business environment on these companies. Although, also, guys, as I said earlier, try to read faster. Inculcate that habit from now only, because it will help you in later stages. Okay, although it is easy to scan the environment, but it is very difficult to know how these changes will influence business decisions. Sometime a change may be minor, but it might have larger impact. For example, a change in the government policy to increase tax rate by 5% may affect the income of a company by a large amount. You may say just 5%. You know, 5% of 5 crore means a lot, and it's a lot of tax. It's a huge bracket when they change it by 5%. So it is complicated to understand sometimes, right? But everything is simple. And since it is so dynamic and so complicated, obviously, very obviously, the business environment is difficult to predict, difficult to understand, changing very fast, and hence uncertain. So now, if we take a quick recap, what are the features of business environment? One, it includes all external factors. Since it includes all external factors, there are specific forces and general forces. Specific forces are the forces that affect a particular business. General forces affect the economy as a whole, and businesses get affected. There is interrelation, meaning the forces and the factors of business environment are interrelated amongst each others. Then we read about relativity, wherein we read that change in one business environment may impact the other business environment as well, may induce a change in the other business environment. Now all this was very complex and complicated. We read about how complicated the environment can get, how complicated and how dynamic, because it changes constantly. And since it is so complicated and it changes so frequently, it is very uncertain to predict. So in one single sentence you can memorize all the features, and this is how you should study, guys. Try to make sense out of it. Now we talk about types of environment. Unfortunately, yesterday there was a huge crash, and it is at this point that our system kept shutting off. So we'll cover it properly today. Now you can study from this diagram. I want to go through this. Okay. Now, what do we mean by political environment? I am always a fan of keywords, government, regulations. As I teach, if you have your Bare Act with you, and if you have a habit of writing in your Bare Act, I mean, there are people who only use pencil, that's fine. Some of us crazy ones out there use pen. So write the keywords in your Bare Act just beside, just write this government regulations. Political environment may change the business environment for you. For example, simple, I'll say there was a very big business in India earlier on that dealt with beef. Beef market was a huge market in South India, and especially Hyderabad. Now guys, since we are okay, let's keep law out of it. I'll tell you something about beef in our constitution class. So anyway, so now India came up with a policy, beef ban. Now it's a government regulation that you cannot sell or kill cows for beef. This single regulation had such a massive impact on the income and livelihood of so many people, so many butchers in India. A lot of beef was exported outside because in India, uh, the price of beef is much cheaper, lesser as compared to the price of a goat or a chick, not a chicken, but a goat. So a lot of and so because the people do not eat much beef in India, there's a lack of demand. But for the people who reside in Western countries, it's basically a staple food to them. So a lot of beef was exported outside India. Now, because of this ban, a particular business does not exist anymore. Imagine the huge hit their livelihood would have taken. Even the leather industry suffered. So I'm just saying that government regulations, changes in the government regulations, the ideology a political party follows. For example, BJP is following a Hindutva based ideology. I'm not here to criticize or promote it, but then in a secular country, a lopsided view over things should not be tolerated. But then it's your view, and I am free to take my own opinions. But you know, often it seems it's seen that these ideologies often affect business environments, and it often add their color to many businesses out there. Now we talk about economic environment. So when we talk about economic environment, we talk about basic general scenario. So two friends meet, A and B. These two friends meet. A says to B, the oldest question in the history of mankind, what's up? B says, nothing much. Now he also says, bro, let's buy a farmhouse together. The moment he says this, Mr. A will go. I'm assuming Mr. A is a prudent man and a man who values money. Some of you out there are so damn rich that they don't care about such silly questions, but then we'll think of A as a prudent man who will go and do his research. A will check out property prices, which are very low right now. Why they are low? Because two reasons. One, there is a lack of purchasing power in the market because a lot of people have lost their businesses and jobs, thereby leading them to use all their savings for their livelihood, uh, for for the basic livelihood. And two, there is a new concept called work from home, which I am doing right now. And when you work from home, the companies save a lot of cost in infrastructure. Now mind you, It's a simple void right now that the prices are low. For the people who are not investing in infrastructure, you are losing out on a big opportunity, because infrastructure will later be used for people who want to work from somewhere, because not everyone has a home that is a quiet one. So now office spaces of big infrastructures are being let out, and people are still making money out of rent. It is only a matter of time before infrastructure prices shoot up, because people will try to open up better businesses as there will be more space. So if you own infra right now, it's a good time to hold, and if you don't, it's a good time to invest. So this was the simple answer of what's up. I basically showed you the general scenario or the economic environment with regards to a particular project called infrastructure. Not project, a particular industry. I gave you a basic idea of the industry of infrastructure or property, right? Now let's go to social factors. Let me erase this a bit, because now people purchase gold in Dhanteras, right? It is the, in my opinion, not, my opinion is purely based on logic and not on religion. I am a Hindu myself, I know these things happen. And I'll tell you what, a lot of us buy gold during Dhanteras. It is the worst time to buy gold. You know why? Because the gold prices are shot up like anything. So you get less gold during Dhanteras. It is better to buy gold before Dhanteras. Keep it aside in a box. Open it in Dhanteras. So this was the economic environment I was telling you about gold. So even you can think of like a million examples, guys. It's nothing, no rocket science over here. Social and cultural factors. I'll simply write social and fashion culture. These three words, you will get the idea what I'm trying to say. I'll tell you what. There was a movie called Rais. If you have seen the movie Rais, Shah Rukh Khan's movie, not a great movie, but then yeah, it had a fashion statement in it. He brought in those goggles, these goggles which look like old man goggles. If you have seen them, tinted goggles. Okay, people in earlier Bollywood movies, actors used to wear these kind of goggles. He brought it back, and it became a fashion. It became a huge craze. Then Akshay Kumar is one who does this a lot. He used to wear jeans like this. Uh, one jeans was only till here, and one jeans was, till his ankle. He used to wear it like this. This also became a fashion statement. Now we talk about culture. There are advances in our culture. I told you about a judgment called Sabrimala judgment, wherein we renounced the custom of prohibiting women who are undergoing menstruation to enter into our temples. There was a change in culture. We can talk about the case of Navteej Singh Johar. Section 377 to some extent was done away with, meaning that gay rights were better recognized. Okay. So these are the social factors that affect a business. Because of this, people would have manufactured these kind of goggles, and the prices of goggles might have gone up. Because of this, Levi's might have come up with a new kind of genes. Okay, because of this our culture changed and temples became more progressive rather than sticking to the regressive mentalities. They got better rights, better recognition, better statuses. Okay, now talking about technological factors, guys. When we say advancement in technological factors, I'll give an example. It's a very famous case. Earlier, na, so when people got more aware about their environment, the major contributories to pollution was vehicles. One of the vehicles and industries was the major one. Even vehicles contributed a lot. Carbon monoxide and CO2 emissions were on the peak. Okay, some 20 30 years ago. 20 30 years ago, yes, during the end of industrial revolution. So new kinds of engine came in, and all the vehicles had to install that engine that reduced their carbon emission or their carbon footprint. When I say carbon footprint, it means how much carcinogenic or carbon based emissions or harm to the environment a particular, say, entity or industry or vehicle is, or you as a person are doing. So they came with a new kind of engine wherein it was a little costlier to install in the vehicles, but then it was a necessary cost. The prices of cars went up obviously, but then the cost was necessary because we wanted to save our environment. What Volkswagen did here is something that is sad, and even today that company did not recover from the shameful act it did. Volkswagen installed a defeat device. When I say, I am so sorry about my handwriting. Because of my handwriting, I have faced a lot of criticism before. I'll try to I'll try to better it for you. Defeat device. Now what this device did was it misread the carbon emissions given out by a vehicle, and it misread it in such a way that even though there was a huge carbon emission going on, it showed a lesser degree of emission which was within the permissible limits. It was caught because some uh, someone from I'm forgetting his name. Anyway, there was a committee that was established to scrutinize them to verify whether the engines were properly installed, and by visual inspection one could for certainly say that whatever emissions are being made from this vehicle, they cannot be in any capacity or in any way, they cannot be within the permissible limits, because they were almost they were emitting gray and black smoke. uh, what So they faced a huge penalty, and the business suffered tremendously. And in India, if you see, there are auto rickshaws that use mitti tail for driving, and there's gray smoke. So we need to advance ourselves with the advent of technological advances. We need to advance ourselves, we need to move ahead with these things. Then last is legal factors. When you talk about legal factors, I give you my example wherein there was a plastic ban in 2019. A company suffered because of it. It got sick to an extent that it had to file for insolvency. Now, even in this case, it faced litigation to a huge extent. So, the, often a business will need to change how it operates for legal reasons. This is often done when a company's lawyers anticipate a change in the legislation. Recently, laws were made stricter for motor vehicles. You cannot go ahead and say that earlier the laws were so lenient. You'll have to adapt. Your business will have to change. You cannot drive an age old vintage vehicle on a daily basis now because it does not have the proper engine installed in it as per the new legislation. You'll need a permit for that, right? So even legal factors affect our businesses. Okay, give me just one moment. So guys, I think tomorrow we will start with ease of doing business index by the World Bank for India. Guys, you basically need to memorize a lot of it here because there are nothing but numbers. For example, procedures reduced from 37 to 20 in Mumbai, 24 to 16 in Delhi, 128 from 0.5 to 99 days in Mumbai, time for construction permit. Okay, trading across borders. I'll explain it to you what these things are, and it is very easy, trust me. But then in the next class, I urge you to sit with a pen and paper. Even I will open a slide apart from this, and we will all together note down these key digits. You know why? Because I have a feeling, and not just a feeling, it happens so that ICSI likes to, even it's for just 1 or 2 marks, they would surely ask you something like this. Now this is a question that I predict, wherein the India's ranked jumped 23 points from 100 to 77 in ease of doing business index. So tomorrow we'll study about it, and I will see you then, guys. And it will be a very easy class, and it's a very easy course, and I'm sure that you all of you are gonna succeed. Plus it's from home, so you are in your own comfort zone. When I gave my entrance, I still remember, I gave my entrance, I took a bottle of Coke. I cleared CPT, and then I cleared executive. Both of them I cleared in first attempt. After that, in professional, I got stuck with my LLB. Anyway, so therein, I used to take a bottle of Coke with me, and right in the middle of the exam, when everyone was very serious, and they were filling their paper and everything, so you are in your own comfort zone. Be comfortable, be cool, and tomorrow we will start with ease of doing business index. Right? Have fun and keep studying. See ya.